Hello, Dub Nation. This is Joe bringing you another detailed breakdown of what's unfolding behind the curtain in the NBA. Today's focus is a story that could reshape the Golden State Warriors for the 2025 to 2026 season. We are a little more than a month away from tip-off. At this stage of the offseason, every move matters, both for on-court performance and long-term financial planning. The Warriors, a franchise long recognized for bold decisions and efficiency on and off the hardwood, have been surprisingly quiet this summer. While rival teams have secured stars and reinforced their rosters in preparation for the grind ahead, Golden State has taken a more measured, almost hesitant approach. But as always in the NBA, appearances can be deceiving. What looks like inactivity could soon turn into a major transformation if the front office adjusts the puzzle pieces at the right time. And in recent weeks, one name has been gaining traction among Bay Area fans: Kelly Oubre Jr. The forward, who spent the 2020-21 season with Golden State, is being linked to a potential return. His addition could boost the bench, balance the rotation, and provide much-needed depth. Today we'll break down every angle of this possibility: tactical fit, financial impact, and what it might mean for the season. Why Oubre and Golden State make sense. Bleacher Report journalist Andy Bailey recently highlighted the Warriors as one of the top suitors for Oubre, and the reasoning adds up. The existing connection between player and franchise could make the transition smoother than most acquisitions. During his lone season with the Warriors in 2020 to 2021, Oubre averaged 15.4 points per game. While his time in the Bay wasn't marked by eye-popping numbers, it's worth remembering the team was still adjusting to major roster changes then. A player like Oubre often impacts the game in ways not fully captured by raw stats. He can create spacing, lighten the workload of elite shooters, and contribute tactically on both ends. This is especially valuable for a roster that currently lists just 9 players under contract. Depth is thin, and although Golden State still fields a high-level core, 1 or 2 injuries could easily compromise their performance. Adding Oubre would provide offensive firepower, defensive length, and proven experience on winning teams. Financially, the Warriors could also use their trade exception, making the move easier to complete without disrupting the salary cap or long-term planning. Tactical value of Oubre. To understand his potential impact, it's necessary to look at what he offers tactically. Even with Steve Kerr and Brandin Podziemski, the Warriors lack depth on the perimeter and need more defensive versatility. Oubre fits this gap perfectly. He's a multi-role forward who can guard top scorers, pressure wings, and still serve as a scoring threat when quick points are required. On offense, his presence off the bench gives Curry and Podziemski more space to operate. By drawing defensive attention, he opens lanes for cuts, passes, and pick-and-roll actions. In terms of rotation, Oubre could slide between starting forward and key bench contributor depending on the game plan. This flexibility would be a valuable tool for head coach Steve Kerr. Defensively, Oubre is not just a physical presence. He can stay in front of primary scorers, cut passing lanes, force turnovers, and generate transition opportunities. For a team that thrives on speed and constant motion, these traits are critical. His addition would raise Golden State's defensive efficiency while also adding relentless intensity to their style of play. Breaking down his profile. For those less familiar with him, let's take a closer look. Kelly Oubre Jr. is 26 years old, still young enough to develop further, but already seasoned enough to handle playoff pressure. He's an athletic forward who combines explosive physical tools with versatility on both ends of the court. Throughout his career, he has averaged 13.3 points, 5 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. With the Philadelphia 76ers, where he played the past 2 seasons, his numbers rose to 15.3 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.6 assists over 128 games, starting in 109 of them. His prior Warriors stint produced 15.4 points per game, proving that in a familiar environment, he adapts quickly. Many see him as a modern version of Andre Iguodala, offering stout defense, smart tactical play, and timely scoring, but with more explosiveness and a sharper offensive edge. He's the type of player who can swing momentum in high-stakes moments, especially in playoff battles where intensity is at its peak. If used correctly, Oubre could transform Golden State's dynamics. His arrival would provide more rotation flexibility, allow the team to adapt during tight games, and maintain energy without sacrificing quality. Potential rotation. With Oubre. Imagining Oubre back in a Warriors uniform, his role becomes clear. Off the bench, he'd inject energy and dynamism. His floor spacing would create more efficient scoring opportunities for Curry, Podziemski, and Buddy Hield. In clutch situations, Oubre could alternate between scoring and defending, serving as a stabilizing presence. Defensively, he'd often be tasked with guarding the opponent's primary scorer, freeing the rest of the starters to focus on transition and strategic execution. He could also be deployed in targeted matchups, particularly against fast forwards or aggressive drivers. In terms of playing time, Oubre would likely log 20 to 28 minutes per game, entering in key stretches without overburdening the starters. This keeps the overall intensity high while preventing burnout across the roster. Of course, he is not without flaws. Oubre's three-point shooting can be inconsistent, and Kerr would need to carefully manage his minutes to maximize efficiency. Consistency is the key factor if he's to truly shift the outcome of games. The roadblocks. The biggest obstacle is whether the 76ers are willing to part with him. Philadelphia is looking to open opportunities for restricted free agent Quentin Grimes, and any deal would need to balance financial, tactical, and strategic factors. That complicates negotiations. Still, from Golden State's perspective, the move makes sense. Oubre is already familiar with the system, can defend and score, and would provide an instant upgrade. If the Warriors manage to bring him back, he could energize the bench with scoring, rebounding, steals, and defensive pressure. The bigger picture. Projecting the lineup, the Warriors could field a starting five of Curry, Draymond Green, Podziemski, Hield, and Jonathan Kuminga, once contract matters are settled. Off the bench, Oubre would join a mix of developing prospects and reliable veterans. Statistically, he could add 12 to 15 points per game, plus rebounds and defensive contributions that balance the team during critical stretches. His playoff experience also carries weight, complementing the youth movement and maintaining Golden State's competitiveness in the Western Conference. Above all, Oubre adds flexibility. He allows Kerr to adjust tactics mid-game and tailor rotations to match specific opponents. This adaptability is crucial for a team still aiming to remain among the elite in the West. Final thoughts. For Warriors fans, this is a storyline to watch closely. Kelly Oubre Jr.'s return wouldn't just strengthen the bench, it could alter the team's entire dynamic. He's versatile, battle-tested, and capable of producing on both ends of the floor. Golden State may not have been aggressive this offseason, but a move for Oubre could prove to be the missing piece. Whether he fits seamlessly alongside Curry and Podziemski or requires adjustments to the roster remains to be seen. What's clear is that his presence would give the Warriors more options, more depth, and a greater chance to shine throughout the season.